Hi friends. So I'm in my car, so this one's gonna be quick, but I decided that it is now December 5th and I'm gonna have to start doing YouTube videos again because it's therapeutic for me to tell you guys what's going on and try to bring a little light and a little hope for the kids that are waiting for us in Liberia. Couple of things that I've been updated on this week that some of them were hard and some of them were good. We are working with our orphanage to try to get a little more contact with our kids, like through video chat or at least videos back and forth. I just sent a package to our girls. It cost me like $500, more than that actually. It cost $570 to send 2 Barbie dolls and 2 little crochet sets that they like. But it was good to see their faces. But it's just hard. I think I talked to our leadership at our agency and was like, there's not really a blueprint for this. There's not a path or counseling on how to cope with this weight, especially under these circumstances, because it's not really precedented. I know that the China families went through similar, but I haven't seen any books out on how to cope with it. And it's just really hard to be an intentional international parent within the financial constraints of our global, position. But communication can improve, and I talked to him about that. He was extremely receptive and supportive, and I think we're going to see some increased stuff there for our families with our agency. Also, I have found out that the new ambassador in Liberia is very good and has been very positive. I heard that from a couple different sources. There's actually been a New Horizons family get home. And we have been updated our agency. We got some vague updates, and I literally was like, I need more than vague updates. I need like times and dates and names and faces, and I need more, because long term I've got to justify this to my Liberian children. Like, why did it take so long? How did it take so long? What did you do? What did you not do? And I want to be able to tell them that we exhausted all of our resources. We have pushed really hard for our agency to take legal action, but the more we learn about what the consequences of legal action would be, that becomes a little scary, honestly, because if you take legal action against the Liberian government, the long term of that is not positive, even if you're right and they're wrong, apparently. So I might have more details on that as that kind of unfolds, but I really want to go visit my girls, and visit all of the kids that are there and stuck. I'm super encouraged that New Horizons has gotten some kids through. I've heard that a family came home and that there's 2 more waiting on paperwork to be released from the MOG, so that's good. Since we're still at the starting mark, we don't have paperwork from the MOG. It'll be 3 years in April, so 2 years and 1 month since we've been matched. 2 solid years. 2 years and 1 month since all of our paperwork's been done. 2.5 years since we've been matched, and 2 3/4 years since we filled out an application and asked to adopt from Liberia. So that was like April 1st, I think, is when we started everything of 2022. So it's a long time ago. The thing that I just really want to say is that doing the YouTube videos for our adoption and getting support from some of the other adoptive families, and just encouragement from people that know our family and have come to know our family through the videos and stuff, it just really encourages me, because I've had some pretty dark days over the last couple weeks. We found out that one of our kids had a mild illness, and she's better now, but mild illness in Liberia could be pretty scary, and I know that she's in good hands, but it just really hit that mom vibe that she was sick, and that we didn't even know she was sick. And I think in the world of the orphanage, I think her sickness was mild and she was well cared for, and there's no doubt of that. But as a mom, it's like, I want to talk to her when she's sick. I want to take care of her when she's sick. And it's hard to let other people do that, and it's hard to be okay with it, and I'm not okay with it. But we need some type of creative ideas from ourselves and other families and other people on how do we connect with these kids. Like, can we do FaceTime videos, or can we send things in the mail? Can we find a way for it not to cost a fortune? What are the tricks that anyone has for something fun that we can do? And I mean, I'm going to travel there again and visit them hopefully next month. We're trying to work out the finances and the scheduling for me to be gone for 7 to 10 days, but that's difficult. And so I don't think we're going to see any progress legally in their case for the next 6 months, based on what I've heard this week. Although I haven't heard anything terribly negative this week, I don't see us finalizing their adoption within the next 6 months. So I want to visit now, and I want to visit again in about 4 or 5 months. I'm super excited to visit Liberia, especially since we have such good friends there now. And initially visiting Liberia, I think my safety was a little like iffy, like how safe is, and again, Liberia is not the safest place in the world, just because they don't have the infrastructure to maintain safety. But I do feel like I'm just as safe there as I could be anywhere. But I'm excited to go back, and I'm excited that our friends, Nelson and Emmanuel and all the different people that we've been in contact with, and at the Hotel the Tropicana, James is there, and Reese is there, and Samir, and all the kind people that we, use their businesses, use their services, use their resources, and they also extended their kindness to us. But one thing that struck me when I had some email correspondence back and forth with our agency director, and he was very kind and receptive to my grief and my anguish. But I think that's the word. That's the only word I can think of to describe where we are right now, is this anguish. And I've got to find tactics and strategies to move past the anguish and into some type of good that looks like an intentional international parent. I need something I can do, and I need to be able to tell my U.S. kids, my American-born kids, that we did everything we could do, because everything about this adoption casts a shadow on all the good memories here too. Like my American kids all have soccer tournaments now, and they're trying to play in the championship, and they're scoring goals, and they're 2 of them are goalies, and they love being goalies, and they're doing all these amazing things. And they're like, I wish, our Liberian sisters could see this. Like, yeah, me too. I wish they could see it. So all those kind of things just keep happening. Like, what if we go to this theme park, or what if we went to Busch Gardens for the first time a couple months ago, and it's like we wanted them to go and see the giraffes, and they couldn't see the giraffes, so we sent them pictures of the giraffes. And we got a new dog, like a pound puppy from the shelter, and he's cute, and he pees on the floor sometimes, and he's learning things, and it's the girl's first puppy, and we're like, I wish our sisters could see this. But we can't hold off on their lives waiting for their sisters to be here. But we can't ignore the anguish and grief that comes with each day that they're not here. And that is something that I haven't learned how to find joy in. And I need to find joy in it. I need to find a way to find something. But one of the statements that I made in the email that I sent to our orphanage, our agency director here in the U.S., is that every day the calendar turns, that their adoption is not finalized, we betray them as adults in this situation. And whether you're an adult that has adopted, is adopting, if you're a family that's in the same position I am, if you're a family that's stuck at USIS, if you're aunts, uncles, parents, grandparents, or just friends of friends that have just followed us on this journey, as an adult, I think we all feel this like responsibility that we've betrayed them somehow. And I feel it. And so, my suitcase will only hold so much, but if you have kids that are in Liberia and you need me to take something, like, try to keep weight in mind. I can only take 50 pounds per suitcase, and I can only take 2 suitcases, and I do need to take underwear for myself too, and some things for my own kids, but I'll take things to your kids. I'll go see them. Hopefully, if the other orphanages will let me visit there, I'll visit there too, because the wait is hard, and it feels like we're betraying them. So, but I also want to say, I think that our letters to the State Department, our letters to the adoption unit, the child protection agencies within the U.S. State Department, and our congressional letters and people, to that avenue. There is a new U.S. ambassador in charge at the embassy, and we have heard from other families that he is excellent, and he's doing everything he can to support us in these adoptions. I have read his resume, and he was apparently in the Peace Corps in Liberia at some point during his younger years. He seems to understand their culture better, and the Liberian government, as well as the adoptive family, seem to be pleased with his work. So that is one good thing. And I don't know if that directly came from any action that we all took, but I do know that transition of that leadership has made a huge difference so far for other families that have dealt with them. So I hope that will be the same for us. For example, there was a family that was in and out in 3 weeks, even though it's a 30-day requirement, even though there's stuff, but it was in and out in 3 weeks, and with New Horizons. And so that's amazing. Like, that's an amazing thing. And I think that all of our letters helped. I think that all of our actions helped. I think that all of our prayers helped. Now, do I think it's fair that there's kids that came home before mine? No. There's nothing fair about this. But gosh, I'm so excited for that family, that they got some kids out of there and that they get to start their life here. And I'm grateful for the people that have gone to visit kids or gone to Liberia for legal things, that have taken gifts to my children and given hugs to my children and reassured them, and I will do the same for you. And even those of you that have not been yet, I will help you. I mean, to whatever extent that I've allowed. Because these kids, no matter what, they need to know that they're important, and they need to know that they're valued. And as much as it's not fair and it's not right, and it never will be, and as much as I will never look back at these lost 2 years where my children's paperwork sat at the Ministry of Gender without any signatures or any urgencies, that will never be okay with me. I need to find a way to be their mom from here in a way that I can live with. And I'm not there yet at all. And I can't just fly over there all the time and go see them. And I have to be a mom to the kids that are here as well. But we need ideas on how to make them feel valued and how to support them best while they wait. Because the betrayal of the calendar turning, literally every day that the calendar turns, it feels like a betrayal. It feels like I'm betraying them. And although I am powerless in some ways to change it, I gotta find a way to be their mom in a way that I can live with. So anyways, I am gonna go to Liberia soon. I will have a little extra room in my suitcase for other people's kids stuff, or if you want to text me videos to show them when I get there. That's definitely the lightest and easiest way. But I mean, I'll make whatever. We'll do whatever we need to do to make it happen. I know there's a couple of kids that I think I could have packed their own suitcase. But I just want you guys to know that I'm going to start doing daily YouTube videos again, not because, for multiple reasons, but mostly because I need your support. I need your encouragement. I need to not be alone in this. I need to not be isolated in this. And I need to continue to tell their story so that I feel like I'm doing something. And in the midst of telling their story in real time and encouraging more positive change for the children of Liberia, I need to be more public about it. I've been in a very odd grief and a very depressed and lonely thing. I get to the point where I don't want to go to church. I don't want to go anywhere social because I don't want anybody to ask me about our adoption. Because I just don't want to hear it anymore. And I don't want to tell it anymore. And I think that when I got to that point, that's where I'm like, okay, whether I want to tell it or not, I need to tell it. Because they can't. They can't speak for themselves. And whether I like it or not, I need to. But moving past that and just getting to that point where I'm like, all right, this is what international parenting looks like. I need a better way to be an international parent, and I need to learn what that means, and need to learn how to do that best. So I'm definitely asking for help. I'm definitely asking for encouragement. But I also want to share that the good news is happening. Things are moving forward for other agencies. I think things will move forward for our agency soon, from what I'm hearing from our agency director. And I'm trying to go to Liberia next month to visit, so we'll see how that goes. Really in the next 3 weeks, honestly. If I do go, I'll have to go between the 1st of January and the 12th of January, because I do still have a job that I have to do. But they've given me those 2 weeks. So, all right, that's all I have for today. I'm going to start doing daily videos again. I'm going to post them and share them. Hopefully they will be helpful. If they're not helpful to anyone but me, I think that's okay. But I need a way to advocate for my kids, and a way to be their mom, and to speak for them, and to speak for their peers in a way that is meaningful to me, and pulls me out of the isolation that I've placed myself in, not speaking for them. So, bye.